Welcome to another edition of Tales from My Tub. I think this is kind of a cool idea. I might make this a series. Tonight, I'd like to tell you all a story. It's a ghost story of sorts. It happened at my best friend's house, which actually was the house next to where we lived in a small town in northern Alberta. We became best friends after I was working in the local store with her mom. It turned out we lived next door to each other. Anyway, probably about 22-ish at the time. And she would have been probably about 20, because we're about 2 years apart. We always liked playing with the ouija board. I don't know if she ever played with it much. I can't remember if she did before. She's from Ireland. We were at her house next door, and she and I were playing with the ouija board one day. We made one ourselves out of like a short upside down cup, like a glass cup. And we just cut out all the letters and numbers of the alphabet and placed them on the table, and we just played for a couple hours. And her aunt had passed away in Ireland. She was only like 9 years older than her, so she was really close to her. And I don't know how long ago that had been at that time, at least 10 years since she'd been gone. So she wanted to see if we can contact her. So we called her and, played around for a couple hours and talked. And for some reason, the Ouija board worked really good between myself and Sharon. That's my best friend. I don't know if it's because we're so close, or I don't know. It just works really, really well. We might be psychically bonded somehow. I don't know. But anyway, it worked really good and really fast. It didn't take a long time. You know how if you're familiar with a Ouija board, it sometimes takes quite a bit to wait around for it to move. But with Sharon and I, as soon as we got on together, it would zoom across the board. Or across the table, because it was a homemade board. But anyway, so we played around with this Ouija board one night, and we were talking to her aunt, Valerie, probably till about 2 in the morning. And then my husband and we took our daughter and we went back home next door. Went to bed and all that. The next morning, I went over for coffee, and Sharon had told me that during the night, well, it wasn't night anymore. I guess the sun had started to come up and she was sleeping in her room. Her husband was in the bush at the time, so he wasn't home. Just the kids were. She had a son and a daughter. They were both under the age of 3, I think, at that time. I guess she woke up, and she woke up to the sound of every door in the house slamming shut. And then when she rolled over in bed, she looked up at her dresser, and the picture of herself and her husband, like their wedding picture, fell face first on the dresser. And, we kind of just laughed about it. It wasn't a big deal, just had coffee. And, she doesn't really seem scared by things like that, so that's cool, because it probably would have unnerved me. I know that. But the weird thing is, it kept happening to her, I think she said, for almost every morning that week. Like, it was a Saturday night that we had done this on, and it was Sunday that we were having coffee and talking about it. But she said that it happened every morning, right on the nose, 7 o'clock on the nose. The doors, every door upstairs, there was both of her sons and daughters' rooms. There was the back door that comes, like there was as soon as you come into the back door, you go down a set of stairs, or you go up, you can go downstairs or you can go upstairs, but the upstairs there was like a door right there, so you can close that off to the basement part. That door would slam shut, her door would slam shut, her daughter and her son's room's doors would slam shut, and then that picture would always fall, and that was the only picture that would fall. And then finally she just had enough, and she said, "Valerie, if that's you, stop it." And she said that never happened again. Kind of a cool story. That was one of our many paranormal tales that we had. because we love to do stuff like that when we were silly and younger. That was like 20 years ago. It's hard to believe it's been that long. Okay, that's all for now. Bye.